Now I'm back again. It just kept disconnecting for some reason. I don't know what the hell that was. I hope that you guys are all good. I think people are going to file back in right now. Restarting the stream. I'm not sure if it's working yet. Hope it is. So far, nobody has hopped back in. But anyway, I'll continue talking. So last week when I was talking on this live chat, I talked about how with one of my players passing away, Twiggy, rest in peace. We were trying to figure out what to do with the campaign and the stories. His character was really intertwined in the whole campaign arc, and on top of that, we were trying breaking the interwebs. I know, Mr. Fogel. I don't know what the hell happened. So we were trying to figure out what to do. You know, I didn't know what to do. Some of my players were in the live chat. What's up, Roland? Good to see you. Glad it's working. Good. So I with my players and us together, we kind of like concocted something together, like putting together all our ideas, and we made it work. We didn't really get a chance to play yesterday. We did like quick role play, kind of like is this and this happened, fast forward, and then one of our other players left the group too, because he's dealing with like too much stuff. So we put everything together, we made it work, and now we're ready to go. We're like starting from zero basically, and it should work out just fine, to be honest with you. So we're excited. Good to see you, Bronx. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened with the stream. It kept disconnecting and stuff like that. So yeah, everything is good. The game is working well. We're gonna play tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. I still have to plan something for our campaign. I think I can figure something out. But yeah, we'll be okay. Other than that, what else am I working on? Not much else. I have 2,000 points of Black Legion to paint for Warhammer, so I've just been this last weekend. I was like, oh my god, putting together countless models, model after model, cutting them from their fucking sprues and gluing them. My sister bought me a bunch of stuff for Christmas, and she's like, wait a minute, because I was visiting my dad's house. She was there, and I was like, I got to get some assembling done with these models. So I told her, so she watched me assembling them, and she's like, wait a minute, are these the things that I bought you? And I said, yeah, these are the things you got me for Christmas. And she said, I thought that they come all like ready to go, painted and everything. And I'm like, no, you got to fucking assemble them. You got to glue them. You got to cut off the little sprue things and file off little pieces of, you know, blah, blah, blah. Now that's the thing about this hobby. Like when you get into like miniature painting and stuff like that, is in the beginning, you're like, oh, this is easy. This is fun. And then you start learning more techniques, and you realize like your painting time is like extended like more and more and more. What took me like an hour to do, 2 hours to do when I first started painting, now takes me like multiple days and multiple sessions to do. So it's nuts, man. It's too much. It's getting crazy. Been painting my BattleTech stuff, got some metal models in recently. I've actually never worked with metal models before. I know that was like the OG thing to do. I have some metal models at home. I have like a Judge Dredd metal model, but I haven't like painted them or anything. I don't know if there's like any difference in how they behave or whatever. I'm sure you just throw some primer on it and it's basically the same thing as painting plastic, but just heavier. But yeah, I haven't dealt with any metal models yet. I did get some custom work for some of my models. I bought from some like 3D printing third party people, and I'm waiting for them to all come in the mail. It's taking a long ass time. One of them was like in 2 days. It was at my house. The other one, it's like a week already, and I haven't gotten it yet. So we're waiting to see. That is a trap of getting better at painting miniatures. Yeah, exactly. The better you get at painting miniatures, the longer it takes for you to complete a project. So yeah, that's the situation. And hurt your toe if it is a big boy. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's it. As far as like video ideas for the YouTube channel, I kind of hit a little bit of a rut trying to figure out what to talk about. I know there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to Cyberpunk, but you know me, anytime I make a video, there's like a purpose behind the video. I never make a video just to make one and just to be like, oh yeah, here's some content that here's my weekly content. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna do something like that, I do this. I do a little chat, talk to you guys, interact, do a podcast, stuff like that. But if I'm gonna do like a full blown video, it has to be on a subject that I care about. I research it and I have something to say, basically. But unless I have something to say, I don't really just make a video. Like, I could make like top three best roles, top five best roles in Cyberpunk, top five best guns, things to do with your Cyberpunk party. Actually, that might be a good idea. Fun things to do as a Cyberpunk party. But my videos have always been focused on helping people get ideas on how to play the game, like wrapping their mind around Cyberpunk, its various philosophies, and how to get a group together, you know? How about going into depth on the topic that Artel Sorian tweeted? Oh, yeah, multi-classing. The thing about multi-classing, yeah, the Twitter multi-classing thing. The thing about multi-classing is I haven't actually done it myself. I've never really been interested in it in any RPGs, D&D or whatever. It's never been something that I like to do because what usually ends up happening is you multi-class a character and then they become a bad version of either one. And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, on Twitter, Artel Sorian Games has been posting their ideas of what multi-classing is like. So they'll say like, let's talk about multi-classing a rocker boy. And then it's like a big Twitter thread of like what it would be like if it was a rocker boy lawman or a rocker boy netrunner, rocker boy solo, etc. And they talk about like, real life things that you can compare it to. I think one of the tech multi classes was like content creator or something, because it's like tech and rocker boy or tech and media makes them a content creator. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. But I've never really been into it. So you guys know me. If I'm going to talk about something, I have to research it and actually feel it. And I'm going to do a video about one of your players passing away and what to do with it. But I'm still in like the research phase of that. Like I don't think I've fully gotten past it yet. We haven't like completely started our campaign and moved on from it yet. We're almost there. I'm pretty much almost there. I just want to make sure that I have all aspects of it covered. So I haven't done a video on that yet. But other stuff when it comes to Cyberpunk, unless there's like really new content, I guess I could focus on stuff like Elflines Online. I could focus on the DLCs, but I feel like we do that in my Night City Council videos. You know what I mean? So the Night City Council videos it covers all the DLCs, all of that kind of stuff. What's up, Raph? Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, when it comes to Cyberpunk videos, there's that. I'm curious to know, are you guys into actual plays? I know that actual plays is something that I used to do in the past with my channel. Obviously, it kind of got sour after my group fell out, the Wise Guys group. But and I haven't done it since. But I am planning to still do it. I think what I'm going to be doing is exclusively doing in-person games. I'm working on getting microphones and everything set up. I already talked to some local people, and I think I'm going to get a little gaming group going that focuses on the actual plays. And I know that there's a bunch of people that do it digitally online, and I kind of want to do it in person. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Do you think that the in-person actual plays are far superior? I mean, maybe not far superior, but are more enjoyable to watch? And when it comes to like production value, do you guys care if there's like graphics and overlays and stuff like that? Or what's the deal with you guys? I want to know. Bronx, okay, I understand. I totally would rather you make something you are interested and want to do than something you are not into. Yeah, it's gonna be a shitty product. if I do something just for the sake of doing it, and I'm not like my heart's not in it. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, this lady looks like a witch, freaky looking lady. Uh, I love them. It's the only way I can experience the game at the moment. Yeah, I get it. I get it. The basic is you don't need to see her. Okay. The basic thing about actual plays is a lot of times I've learned about how to play a game by watching actual plays, like especially like Warhammer, you know what I mean? Watching people play the game and hearing what they have to say about it, their insight, that helps a lot. And as much as I would love to do that, I just want to be able to give you guys an experience that's different and enjoyable. I want to be able to make a show that you guys can like just turn on, put it on your TV, Chromecast it or Roku it or whatever, and just be able to sit down, chill and watch. It's got to be good audio quality, good video quality, and that's I think that's going to help in the experience. Fast track the in person actual plays if you can. Okay, Kieran, you got it. Sounds like you guys want more of that. In person is far superior for enjoyment, in my opinion. I know what you mean, Mr. Fogel. I think the player dynamics are more important. I agree. Actual plays are enjoyable based on the people, not much production value or graphics. Okay, okay, I feel you, Raf. Regardless if it's in person or VTT, I would still watch it. I only DM all the time, so it's nice to watch creators that I can stand the voice of the people. Ah, I get you. I get what you're saying. Yeah, if you're not into the people that are playing, then it's gonna bother you. Well, let me tell you guys this. I know you guys are fans of the channel and stuff like that. What do you guys think about me, Arnog, Binary Dragon from the No Latency podcast, and the owner of the game store that I'll be recording from, the owner of Green Tower Games. You guys have never met him, obviously. His name is Garrett. He's a little bit of a shy guy, but he said he's down to play. I thought that would be a cool four-person game, like three players, and I'm the game master. What do you guys think about something like that? In person, at his game store, and we're going to be recording with good microphones, good lighting, good video. That's the goal. That's the goal. What do you guys think about something like that? That's like something that I'm working on. I don't mean that in a bad way. Just some voices are tough to hear. No, I know what you mean. There's definitely. I'm with you. I'm with you. If you're the voice is a big thing. Like, let's say you have like a narrative YouTube channel where you talk about narrative stuff like that. Um, you know, if you don't have a good narrative voice, then or one that other people can enjoy, then I totally get it. That might be tough to set up every time. Yeah, it will be a little bit tough to set up, but I think it's worth it, to be honest with you. I think it's worth giving it a shot to do. With between like my iPhone camera and the camera that I use for my videos, I think we can get something going. I have a tripod, I have all that stuff figured out. So I think we can figure it out. The three of you have great voices. The owner will get to see. The owner's a little bit shy, but I think that's okay. I'll see how he feels. Banana Pants 76, just no dress up. Usually makes actual plays cringy. I don't know if I agree with you on that. Although I don't expect anybody to dress up. I don't usually tell people like don't dress up or do dress up. It's like whatever you want to do, if you want to get into it that way. But I'm definitely in the camp of not getting dressed up. That's not something that I do. I don't do characters like, online personality characters and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just not my thing. But I don't think we're planning on doing anything like that. I think we just want to hang out and play games, and that's it. Um, don't forget good costumes as well. Yeah, one person's like no costumes, and then another person's like, if you're gonna do costumes, make sure they're good. As long as Arnog cussing isn't gonna get you canceled. No, man, Arnog is a zebra. You can't tame a zebra, okay? If you try to ride a zebra in the wild, it'll buck you and kick you off, right? Arnog is not gonna be tamed, okay? That's part of his flavor. As long as it's natural and not scripted. I hate the laugh track feel like certain other teams. Oof. Do people do that? That's terrible. Ugh, laugh track. Yeah, I have heard of this concept where there's like actual plays where people are it's all scripted and it's like on rails. The whole thing is on rails from the beginning. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. That's definitely not something I'm into. I'm not looking forward to something like that. With you, Arnog, and Binary, it's already a great listen. Thanks. I appreciate that. I think so too. I think those two voices together will be good. The game shop, I was looking for a good number three player, and the game shop guy was telling me, like, hey, I'm really interested in playing. So I'm willing to give him a shot. I said, are you willing to be on camera? And he's like, well, if the internet can handle me, I don't want to take all the ladies from you. Funny guy. Love him. So I was like, yeah, I think we'll figure it out. Dressing up doesn't make actual plays cringy. It's just people getting into stuff. I'm here for the shitty cosplays, honestly. Yeah, see, it depends on who you are. Who will run it again? Oh, I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it. Arnog's going to be a player. Maybe in the future, Arnog can run it too. I like Arnog as a person, but I didn't enjoy his DM style. That's totally understandable. Yeah, his style is very unforgiving, in your face action, uh kind of like the world is shit. You're not gonna enjoy it. You're here to play my game, and buckle up. That's pretty much it. But I understand that. Oh my god, that's my kind of guy. Yeah. The game shop owner, Garrett, shout out Garrett at Green Tower Games. He's seriously like some people are just like meant for certain things, like they're meant to do something. He was meant to own a game shop. That's it, period. He knows everything about board games. He knows everything about card games. He knows everything about Warhammer, miniature painting, making terrain. I mean, there isn't any. If you walk into his store and you have a question about tabletop gaming, he has an answer, period. Whether you're new or a veteran. And it's seriously like, as much as people say like it would be cool for them to own a shop and run a shop, he's super inclusive, lets everybody in as long as you're not an asshole. All he asks is you follow the California mandates, you wear a goddamn mask, and you come in and you respect the place. That's it. And he even asks people like, hey, if you're gonna rent a table, like you gotta pay $5 a person to rent a table. And sometimes people forget, and he doesn't go and like hound them and say, hey, where's the $5, dude? You were supposed to give me. He's just like hand waves it, and he's like a non-confrontational guy. He's just providing a space for people to play. You know what I mean? And for people to have a hobby and to cultivate the hobby. He's bringing people to all the hobbies: Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Cyberpunk, D&D, you name it. He's has his hand in every pot, and he's making sure that everybody is heard from. He actually has this he told me that if somebody comes in and says like, "Hey, do you have like this game?" and he doesn't have that game, he immediately orders two copies of it. He tells the guy like, "Yeah, I can order it, or if you don't want to wait, that's fine. But no matter what, whatever that game is, he orders two copies of it." Because he's like, if one person has come in asking for it, that means another person will, and it's good if I have it. So he has like shelf upon shelf of things, like just loaded with different games, and that's just the kind of guy that he is. It reminded me, Jamie says, it reminded me of a player versus DM environment, and I was triggered a little bit. Yeah, that's basically how he likes to play. He doesn't do cooperative game mastering. He does the players versus the game master. And but when it comes to the part where like he's about to kill your character, he doesn't relish that moment. That's what I like about him. He's not the kind of guy, even though he takes like the adversarial approach against the players as a game master, he doesn't expect to kill your players. He gets worried about it. He puts that on the table and makes sure that you guys know that this could possibly happen, but he's not happy about killing your players, or your characters. So that's the difference between those adversarial game masters that actually relish in the character death. Those are the ones that are the assholes, in my opinion, and I get triggered by those people too. They want to see your characters die. They're like out seeking, like what happened with Nihilus. Nihilus is in our group. He Our buddy Nihilus, he created two characters. They're sisters, Hornet and Wasp. They're both solos. They both have like kind of the same kind of backstory. They were from like some Arasaka secret project or whatever. Brainwashed, blah blah blah. Anyway, he played in this server, and one of the game and his character died for whatever reason. I don't know exactly the details of it, but what he told me was the game master told him after his character died, well, if it's any consolation, your character wasn't the one I was trying to kill. So that just tells me like that game master's a piece of shit. He was just out there looking to kill your players, which is which is pretty, it doesn't really make sense to do that because you're the game master. You could literally kill the players anytime you want. Like let's say we're playing D&D, you make a bunch of first level characters. I could be like, all right, you turn the corner and there's two black dragons facing you. All right, roll for initiative. That's how you can kill the players. You could just literally kill them right there. You can surround the entire cyberpunk, you can surround the building with cops, c-swat, av4s, rocket launchers. You could just kill the players right away, you know what I mean? So if you're looking to kill the players, then I don't really understand that. That doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. You should be looking to play a game, give some challenges, and basically you're just like a referee. You're like, hey, I concocted this, I put together this story and this scenario with obstacles, and I'm hoping that you guys can get through it. It's going to be a little challenging. There's definitely room for you guys to die, but that's what makes it exciting. I'm hoping you guys don't die. I hope you guys make it through it, but that's pretty much it. I'm just a referee to make sure that when you roll your dice, I decide whether you pass or fail. That's it. I'm not trying to kill your characters, you know what I mean? That's what a game master should do. And that's honestly what Arnog does, but he takes more of a, his approach is, I'm the game master and I make the world, and you guys have to survive my world. I'm going to be throwing at you the gauntlet. All right? It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be perilous, and there is a chance that you can die. A high probability that you could probably die. But if you're smart and you work hard, you can get past my obstacles. That's his approach. It might seem like he wants to like kill your characters, but really that's not his thing. There I go defending Arnog. Chris Anderson, that sounds good. Josh Masterson, hey man, hope you're doing well. We just got a player who's playing as a cop and it has changed the dynamic of the game. It's awesome. Stay safe, Chum Batas. I hope you're staying safe as well, Josh. That actually does sound really cool when you get a lawman, just like when you get an executive to be a part of your group too. That's like really interesting because we have that. We have a corporate that's in our party, and everybody's like, yeah, we trust you, but as far as I can see you, we trust you. Like I still got my door locked and I got my pistol under my pillow, but I trust you. I trust you. You know what I mean? It's a fun dynamic, actually. I like it. Uh, let's see here. Chris Anderson, Arnog does have a great voice, in my opinion. I agree. That's what I've been telling him too. So you can make a dark, gritty world, but you have to let the players feel an amount of player agency involvement in the story, not just drag them behind the car. That is your story. I agree completely, Antonio, and that's what makes a good game master. Is you a good game master sets aside their own ego to make sure that everybody can have a good time, including themselves. If player or game master, either one of them is out to just have a good, their own good time and not give and take, you know what I mean? Then it's always going to be a bad experience, whether it's the game master or a player. If it's the game master, it sucks because like no one has a choice. Everyone's going to have a bad time, including the game master. I don't know what they think. Like at the end of the day, when they kill all the players' characters, nobody's happy. You know what I mean? Everyone's upset. Then they're like, I don't want to play with you anymore. And then the guy goes home thinking like, oh, what a bunch of pussies. They don't want to they don't want to play Cyberpunk the real way. And it's like, dude, you just sabotaged your game and you made everybody have a shitty time. They set aside time to play Cyberpunk together to have a good time, and you basically sabotaged the good time just so you can scratch some kind of itch where you have like a power dynamic where you can kill the players or something like that. Um, it's kind of weird and creepy, to be honest with you. So yeah, there's all that can go on. Go on. Let's see here. I sense, or Raph says, I sense Arnog doesn't intend to kill you, but he's trying to play true to the world. Yeah, that's how I felt too. A West March server. Yeah, that's the one that Nihilist was on where one of his characters died. The voices Arnog played in the podcast sounded so awesome, made me want to see play interaction with those characters. Yeah, he loves the acting aspect of being a game master and role playing. And sometimes he gets a little bit too into it, you know what I mean? He's a little bit too much like hey guys, let's get a little bit serious about the role playing and less like messing around. I'm like, dude, relax. We're playing a game at the end of the day. And he's conceded that yeah, you're right. We are just playing a game. We should probably relax. Antonio says the first player I killed in Cyberpunk Red was by pure chance in a gunfight on the highway. It broke the flow of the game as everyone felt heartbroken over the character's death. That was a good death, very natural and organic to the story. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. It's also on the players to be able to set aside their feelings and accept player death or character death. If they're, I'll give you guys an example. I don't want to name names, but in an epic final battle of our campaign, it all led to this one point. The players fought a very tough opponent, multiple tough opponents. As it is, it's the final battle, right? It's supposed to be like the big bad guy. One of the players died and failed their death save, and they got upset. They got upset that they died. They died fair and square. They were upset that the enemies had strong weapons, which I didn't understand that because we're at the final battle, and their weapons are just as strong as what the players have. They don't have anything stronger than what the players have. It's like on the same level, and they were just upset that their character died. And I understand that character death sucks. But it happened, and it happened fair and square. It was just a dice game. I didn't add any special mechanics. I didn't add any homebrew or anything like that. It was just like these guys have these weapons. You're here, and they killed you. They almost killed another player too, by the way, which he heroically was able to survive. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. So the player whose character died got upset, and like we messaged each other after, and they were basically trying to convince me to retcon it. And I placated to them and I said, fine, we can retcon it if you want. And we retconned it. We concocted some kind of story, but at the end of the day, they didn't want to play that character anymore. So it's like, then why did you want me to retcon it if you were gonna not play that character anymore? And then I supposed to them, I was like, okay, what if we retcon your character dying completely? You know what I mean? They somehow trauma team came in, miraculously saved them. Yeah, it is who you think it is, Jimmy. Trauma team came and saved you and everything. But I said, you just came back from death. There's no way you're going to be the same person. You know what I mean? You had a death experience, not near death, a death experience, and we saved you with technology and the in-game lore. So I said that, and they were like, I don't like that you're giving my player. So I said, okay, your character will have some sort of disability. It's not like -1 to your reflex or anything permanently, but if you're in like a high stress situation, I want you to roll 1d6, and you have to roll under your cool stat and if you fail, then you get a -1 to your reflex and your dexterity. Okay, because you're just like there's something going on with you mentally, like you freeze or something like that. It's like a permanent debuff. You know what I mean? That isn't always on. You can still pass it. So that means you keep your cool, you keep it at bay, and you continue going. I thought that that was a really cool way to make sense of a character coming back and not being the same character that they were before, while still giving them a chance to be able to just play the character normally and actually add some cool flavor to the character. Oh no, this player did not like it at all. They didn't like anything like that. They don't want any debuffs. They don't want any obstacles. They don't want any negative modifiers. They want to have their perfectly min-maxed, powerful character. And they don't want anything changed with them. They don't want them dead. They want them alive still. Right? And I thought that sucked. And then they never played that character again. And then all kinds of other stuff happened after that. But that just told me that like this player is not capable of accepting their character's death. And as much as it sucks for a game master to look and hunt your characters to kill them, it also sucks that if your character dies fair and square, for you to just not be able to accept it and be a man child about it, and to basically be an asshole about it. You know what I mean? So I think that it goes both ways, to be honest with you, when it comes to that. Let's see. Let's go back. Thank you, Antonio, for that statement. Drop a orbital cow on their location. Kieran Wagstaff says GM versus player is fine if everyone at the table is up for it. It always seems to boil down to communication issues. Yeah, that's for sure. I always say, like, I used to be like, this is the right way to play, this is the wrong way to play. But now I'm like, whatever way you guys are used to playing is the right way to play. I usually am against like players being adversarial against each other, like betrayal, like players betraying each other for their character's sake, you know what I mean? But I've since said, like, hey, look, if your table finds that to be fun and you guys all have like a good relationship with each other and you think it's funny when you betray each other and you're having fun and everyone's laughing, then who am I to tell you not to do that? You know what I mean? There's plenty of games that revolve around that kind of mechanic where the one of the players becomes a betrayer, like Betrayal on the House on the Hill or whatever. It starts as a co-op game and then it becomes a player versus player game. So there's ways where it can work, but like I said, it just has to be whatever your players are can agree to. In my opinion and in my experience, most players like the cooperative sense where we're all banding together, we're all working together for a common goal. We don't necessarily have to be best friends. I'm not going to invite you to Thanksgiving dinner, but we're coworkers. Okay, so that means that we have decided that when we are together and we're working together, that we are going to look out for each other. You know what I mean? Period. That's it. Because there's a bunch of bad guys out there. The world is a dangerous place. You got to have a couple people that you can trust in a shitty situation. And that's basically it. That's, in my opinion, that's what most people want to experience. Here we go. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry. Oh man, I'm so behind. Banana Pants 76 stopped watching Rob's actual plays where everyone dresses up, everyone tries to be the next critical role instead of moving the story along, which is the one thing that makes CR good, critical role good. They understand they're making something for an audience. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. If you don't like the way certain people do things, I can respect that. That's probably one of the things that I'm like more cognizant about when I'm making actual plays is I want to make sure that the final product isn't just like I just turn on the camera and we start playing. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be gimmicky. I want it to be fun and enjoyable for everybody. Like we're putting on a show, it's entertaining, but at the same time, I got to have fun too. And for me to have fun, it's got to feel like a real Cyberpunk game. Like I'm a real game master. You guys are real players. We're not trying to put on a show. We're actually just here to play the game. You know what I mean? And I think that's what people connect to. You know what I mean? Let's see, just my opinion. Those characters felt real real movie characters. It felt like Arnog transformed. Arnog really likes the whole Goodfellas, mobster, criminal underground, criminal tattoos, prison tattoos, that whole thing. He's infatuated with that. He's obsessed with that. So those are elements in his game all the time. There's like criminal hierarchies, there's mafia mentality, there's stabbing your friend in the back because you were ordered to do so by the boss or whatever. Those kinds of things that he loves exploring those topics. So yeah, that's definitely his thing. Sorry, those killers. I remember when I almost died. I almost remember Sam as lit. Yeah, that's Jimmy. Ego. Some people just can't let their characters die. To them, it's losing, and they just can't lose. Yeah, yeah. Just my opinion based on experience with players like this. Yeah. Pencil Mage. I have 4 players banned from my table. Jesus Christ. The 4 is a lot, to be honest with you. You banned from your table, like they is this over time, and how long of a time has this happened? Because I don't have any players banned from my table. I just stopped talking to them, and basically, um if you're not in my gaming group, there's a reason for it. You know what I mean? Like I probably already have a gaming group, or I only seek out people to play in my gaming group because I want to interact with them. I don't want to waste my hobby time. Toxic. I got you, Pencil Mage. Gotcha. Yeah, toxicity is a thing that happens, definitely. Every time I load up Copay, I always say tonight is a good night to die. Yeah, that's funny. If I wanted to babysit children, I would work at a daycare. Grow up. My opinion on players exactly on players like that. Yeah, Mr. Fogel. You know what's funny? I didn't even realize that he was being a man baby until I started playing with other people. And I was like, "Oh, your characters are in danger. Like you might die." You know what I mean? And they were like, "Yeah, that's fine. That's the game. It is what it is. If they die, they die. Whatever. At least we had fun." And I was like so shocked with that response that I'm like, "Oh yeah, wait a minute. That's what normal people usually do, not people that have some kind of weird egotistical thing going on." So that's like it kind of like showed me like, "Oh, then this person, I'm doing so much to like make sure that I capitulate to them, to make sure that they're happy and their character's good and they get all the things that they want. I'm a forgiving game master. I'll change the story, I'll retcon things just so they can be happy, because I'm like, I am the entertainer, I am the what is it, chief of laughter and fun. All right, I'm the chief of laughter and fun, so I got to make sure everybody has a good time. But then I realized, like, no, this person is just, they never want to lose, they never want to die, they always want to be the most powerful character, and no matter what they say otherwise, that's exactly what they want to do. And which, by the way, they would say that all the time, like, oh no, 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 I'm not power gaming, I just have an idea of a character, and I just want to make sure that that idea is held intact. So basically they're framing it as like, oh no, I'm just a creative person, and I have my creation. What's up, Zergash? Yeah, I'm back. I'm just a creative person, and I just like to be creative. So I want to make sure that my creations are exactly how I envision them. So if I tell them like, oh, you can't have that thing that you're asking me for. That whoops, whoops. Sorry, I dropped my phone. So when I tell them like, oh, you can't have that thing, like that's like an extra thing. Like I can't just give you that. That'll be imbalanced. You know what I mean? Then and they're like, "Oh, but I have this vision for my character that they have this thing." It's them just min-maxing. That's all it is. It's them power gaming. But they're saying it as, they're like rephrasing it as like, "Oh no, no, that's just like, part of my character design." Part of my character design is my character is ultra powerful. So can you imagine that? It's like, oh no, no, I'm not min-maxing. I'm just it's just part of my character's design, that their flaw is that they don't have a flaw, and their strength is that they have every strength in the book, or even beyond the book. Oh, okay, my bad. Well, I don't want to be an asshole and tell you can't play that character. You know what I mean? Because now it's like, oh, he doesn't let me play my creative characters. Let's see. There is no such thing as a lone wolf in the hierarchy of wolves in nature. I agree, Bronx. There's no lone any animal. They usually die out in the wild. 100, John, when you can see that people are enjoying the game, that's when I love to listen, watch. Yeah, I really want to play an Arnog game. Well, you did once, didn't you? Yeah, get together and enjoy your game time and try to forget you are on camera. I'm okay with that. I think Binary's good with that too. Arnog is getting more used to it. I'm worried about the game shop owner, Garrett, being used to it. He said he is, so we'll see. He said he's cool with it. I feel TTRPG is more co-op storytelling and dying as part of the story. It's not much win or lose. Yeah, look, when a character dies, it's not fun for anybody, but there's meaning in death too, you know what I mean? There's like a lot of meaning in losing a character when it dies, like especially when it dies fair and square in the world. It reminds you like, oh man, this is a fucked up world. You know what I mean? Cyberpunk is an unforgiving, deadly world. And my character is just another victim. It's just another statistic. And you've killed countless bad guys, bad guys. You've killed countless of them in your campaign and haven't even shed a single tear. And it's not until one of your characters dies that you're like, oh, they're just another they're just like those other guys that died, those bad guys. My character's just another one of them. They'll be a living legend, a hero. The rest of the party will remember them forever. But you gotta love, let live, love, eat, love, pray. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. Let's see here. They're still friends, but they don't mesh over several years. About your toxic friends. Yeah. Yeah, a good group dynamic is really hard to find, and when you have it, you got to hold on to it. I really want to play another 5e game and bring back a Brockus. Oh man, that was fun, man. That was fun. I wish I recorded some of those games. But yeah, that was one of those games that I had all kinds of problems with. Problem players, fun players. I remember that whole thing with the lizard people was didn't go over really well. But anyway, that's for another time. Let's see here. Tiefling Warlock sounds like a successful character design. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, an old friend of mine was such a poor loser. I would have to let him kill me in Halo 2 after I got on Xbox Live back in the day because I surpassed his skills playing against way more people than him. Ugh, nothing worse than a poor loser. Maybe a poor winner is just as bad or worse than a poor loser. But I don't think poor winners, it depends. Like when I play Warhammer with my buddy and I lose, I don't mind if he shit talks me and lens or like whatever. I'll shit talk all the way. We're just like it's banter, you know what I mean? We're just shit talking each other because we're friends. And he would like kick my ass all the time in Warhammer because I'm new to it. And then when I beat him, I'm like, man, you suck. You're terrible. You don't know how to play. Why did you invite me here to embarrass you in front of your family? I mean, I'm brutal when it comes to that. Only because I know that he knows that I'm joking. You know what I mean? But I go hard on him and he's like, God damn it, you're such a bad winner. And I'm like, yeah, so when you beat me, don't feel bad about talking shit because I can take it. You know what I mean? I give and I take. So like if you talk shit to me after you beat me, I'm cool with that. Like it's fun. It's funny. It's just a game. Who cares? We're having fun. So but there's the actual person that is actually mad and actually trying to rub it in your face when they win and then actually mad when they lose, and that's just like not fun to deal with at all. I hate that. Binary, what's up, dude? We were just talking about you. Let's see. Like freedom of speech is as long as it doesn't inhibit someone else's freedom, so should creativity be. You have agency as long as it doesn't inhibit anyone, including GM agency. I couldn't agree more, Mr. Fogel. You nailed it on the head right there. You have the freedom to say and act whatever way you want to do, but people also have the freedom to things that they want to do. If they want to tell you to fuck off, basically, you can play whatever character you want, but I also have the right to tell you to fuck off if I don't like the way that you play. There's something to be said to start each new game by rolling two characters, one for now and one as a backup. This sets the tone that, oh, death is a thing. Yeah, yeah, that is the Cyberpunk way. In Cyberpunk 2020, that's basically all we ever did is we would make a character, it would die, then we would make another character, it would die, and then we would just like go on and on and on until we're like, oh man, remember that corrupt cop in that one campaign? Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Didn't he get shot in the head or blah blah blah? Yeah, it's all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Binary Dragon is in chat. Make sure you guys follow Binary's no latency podcast. Binary is one of the players that I was mentioning, buddy, that you're here. Uh man, and they say 5G is gonna hurt us. It can barely contain a beard. I got that super 5G. Binary is going to be one of the players that I'm hoping to play with in game. I'm setting all that up. Binary, I was just telling everybody about my idea of us playing in person. It's going to be me, you, Arnog, and the game store owner that we're going to be playing, the game store that we're going to be playing at. So we'll see. A rogue Steve. Dude, when I played in your little one shot thing, I didn't understand what a Steve was, but I saw how everybody had like so much disdain for it. And I was like, okay, whatever this Steve is, everybody hates it. So I'm just on the hating bandwagon. I love to hate with you guys. So I know it's some kind of like rogue AI kind of thing, but it was funny. So anyway, that's it. That's the idea. Problem players are a thing. Problem game masters are definitely a thing too. The thing is, just to tell you guys, is unless you take the dive and try to find a gaming group, you're not going to be able to play. You got to find people to play with, and you got to take a chance with people. And whether it's joining a game off of Craigslist or a Discord server or your local gaming shop, you have to take chances and you have to take it all in stride when it doesn't work out, because that's just how it is. Okay, you might be demoralized because you're like, the last two games that I tried to be a part of fell apart, and that's okay. That's normal too. But get back on that horse, man. You got to find people to play with. The only way you can have long lasting friendships and fun is if you take a chance. I've played countless games with countless people, random people, from beginning to end. I mean, I can't even tell you how many different people I played with. I played with people that I played with them one time and it was like the best fucking experience. I told them they always have a seat at my table and I never played with them again. There's other people that I've played with for years, and it wasn't until our group fell out that I realized, like, you know what? This person was an asshole the entire time. And I just like suffered through their assholeism just so I can, have a gaming group. And it wasn't until our group fell apart that I realized, like, oh, that was a problem player the entire time. I was placating to a bad player, is what I was doing. I was being a good game master and trying to take their feelings into account, but they were being a bad player and not taking my feelings into account. And anybody else is on the table, as a matter of fact, too. So it just happens that way. It's normal. It's part of the process. So just you got to do it. Zergash says, I mean, it's what you said yourself earlier. Play a session 0, create your character together, and set up the ground rules. Everyone should have fun. Everyone needs to contribute to that. Yeah, session 0 is really important. Even if you're not going to play, just to meet up, talk about each other's characters, hang out, and then lay out some ground rules. Like, hey, this is the kind of stuff that we'll be exploring in my game. These are my intentions. If your characters die, it's because of the game, not because I'm trying to kill them. Or the other aspect, it's like, hey, if your characters die, it's because I'm coming after you. So make sure you're always on your toes with me, because that's the kind of game master I am. You got to set expectations. That's something that, oh my God, they would say it in sales all the time when I used to do door-to-door knocking. Set expectations with your customer. So that basically it's like, let them know all the bad things up front so that they don't complain later to customer service about the bad things that you supposedly didn't tell them. But it actually works in this scenario where like set expectations, letting players know that this is what I intend for our campaign. This is what I intend for our characters. This is my idea of fun, and that's pretty much it. So now, um, Mr. Fogel says, I used to be a bad player, but got better. Can't judge people early, only if they don't change or bad manners, and you know the type. Yeah, I used to be a terrible game master. Terrible game master. Now looking back, I mean, I did all the bad asshole things that I hate about game masters, like telling people how they're supposed to play, calling power gamers assholes. Um, I was one of those people that would be like, "There's a right way to play, and this is the right way to play." And I'm not like that anymore. So it's all good, dude. It's just a part of it. It's just a part of growing up, learning, being a part of it. And honestly, you got to be open minded. You got to be open minded to creativity. You got to be open minded to other people and how they enjoy playing, and not just leave it to basically your own philosophy. A wise person knows that they don't know very much. The idiot is the one that thinks that they know everything. That's basically how it always is. All the smartest people that I've ever met are so humble about their genius, because they're like, "Oh, you think I'm smart? Like I know a million people in my field that would put me to shame with the amount of knowledge that they know, or with the way that they come up with solutions to problems. From your perspective looking at me, you're like, god damn, this guy's a genius. But from my perspective looking into my subject, I'm like, oh my god, I'm just a novice. I'm just getting my feet wet. Look at all these people that have accomplished so much before me and will accomplish after me. I'm just a cog in the system. You know what I mean? If you keep that kind of mentality, you leave yourself open to learn from everybody, whether they understand something good or bad. You know what I mean? So there's always something that you can learn, basically, is my mentality. Binary says, I was on Cyberpunk read it last night. How do you work the tech skill in terms of creating items? Whoops. There's a way to do it in the book, Binary. There's a chart on how you can create items. There's the fabricate. Fabricate, I believe it's invention. Invention is like where you invent something, you come up with the idea, and basically this is how I did it with Jimmy in chat. He said, "All right, I'm a rocker boy. I want to have a guitar that has a flamethrower on one end, and the guitar part has an axe blade on it." So I told him, "Okay, we have to find a tech that will basically invent that for you. So come up with like a diagram, draw it on a piece of paper on a napkin, draw something, and let me know what it looks like. Make a little blueprint, right?" So they make a little blueprint. You find out what kind of parts you'll need. You go look in the book and you see what kind of parts you think, how much. Oh, chainsaw. That's right. It has a chainsaw at the end. It's a chain axe. That's what it is. One of the coolest inventions in gaming history. So he gave me an idea about like what it's supposed to have and stuff like that. We invented it. We made a prototype. Then that's the fabrication, right? The fabrication is making the actual thing. So inventing is coming up with the idea. Fabricating is making a prototype. And then the prototype is what the player takes with them. Then if you want to remake that item, it will be easier and cheaper to make because you now have a prototype to work off of. And that's basically how a tech makes items. You should look in the tech special ability maker ability. It has the ability to break the game, basically, because you can make all kinds of shit that the game designers could not have thought of, you know? So look in there, and that's basically how I did it. Let's see. No latency is hard to do live. Yeah, it is hard to do live. Maybe we should do some live stuff together, Binary. We'll work something out. Some live chats, something like that. The scientific term for that is the Dunning-Kruger effect. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. That's the thing where you think you're amazing. It happens a lot in like American Idol. where these people come on and they like everybody around them is like, oh yeah, you're such a great singer, probably lying to them, and then they come to American Idol and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sing Mariah Carey, and they completely butcher it, and it's like, dude, Mariah Carey, you know, she's won Grammys, she's probably one of the greatest singers of our generation, of any generation, and you're gonna come on here and sing and then the judges are like, you're bad, and they're like, what? Their whole world crumbles. They like can't believe it. Everybody that watching on TV is like, how can you not see it? You're a terrible singer. And they're like, what? I have no idea. What the hell? How is that possible? I'm a genius. I'm a lyrical genius. Mariah Carey's got nothing on me. And that's the Dunning-Kruger effect. It happens in gaming too, for sure. They think they know so much. They're so knowledgeable, and really it's like, look, it doesn't matter how much you know about the actual book of the game. Like, you could know word for word every single part of this game, but you could still be the one of the worst game masters to ever be on the face of this planet, you know? And I could know nothing about this game. You just tell me a couple things about it and I'll run it, and you'll walk out going, "Oh my god, man, that was one of the best gaming experiences that I ever had." So it has nothing to do with knowledge, and that's part of being humble and open-minded when it comes to stuff like that. Chainsaw finger gloves. Remember when that guy went actually on the YouTube video for that session? Yeah, I know. All right, Binary, we're gonna figure something out. I'm gonna text you my phone number, Binary, so we can try to figure out, because I know you're in the LA area. I need to know exactly where you live so I can come and break into your house and hug you. No, so I can figure out like what would work for both of us. Fish Sama 909-7 Nolan. What happened? I have no idea. But mommy said I was gifted. Yeah, exactly. So that's it. But yeah, that's normal, man. That's normal. What else, guys? Tell me. Talk to me. Tell me something else. Hold on. I'm gonna get some water right now. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Damn it. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Oh, god damn, I talk a lot. What happened? I just got here. Don't worry. The smash is cold and the chrome is polished. We're all good. You still live from the wife? Yes. About for maybe 15 more. Okay. Sorry, had to answer the wife. Well, it's good to have you here, Fish Sama 909-7 Nolan. Blue Skies, haven't seen them in a while. Yeah, we've been revived. Call me, love you. Okay. We're all used to red skies under the crimson sky. Yeah, actually, LA, if you go to like LA, yeah, it's disgusting. Pollution is nasty. Oh man, I just had a job in downtown LA where the place where they call the alleys, which is just a bunch of alleys, and they have like flea markets where you can buy like a Bugs Bunny t-shirt for $5, and it's like Bugs Bunny and the Lakers like collab, and you're like, that doesn't look like an official product. But anyway, in that area, it's just garbage, dude. Human feces, homeless people, trash, and no one cares. No one's out there trying to clean the streets or anything like that. It's just a mess, absolute mess. I would stay away from LA. I'm hoping you don't live there, Binary. I'm hoping you don't live in some downtown loft and pay like $3,000 a month for rent, and then you walk outside and step in human shit. That's literally what it's like. I had a smog-free day in my game. All it took was a heavy downpour of acid rain the day before. Yeah, cyberpunk vibe as hell, dude. That's exactly what it is. It feels like that for sure. Hey, that's the dystopia we all wanted. Cyberpunk LARP. Oh man, that's exactly what it is. I live in the valley. It's lovely here. Oh, okay. I work in the valley, so I work in Reseda. So that's good. I like the valley. The valley's nice. It has some bad spots, but it's not like LA. Poo. That's right, Fish Sama 909-7 Nolan. That's what I'm talking about. Human fecal matter, otherwise known as poo. I saw the video of all the Amazon packages on the tracks from freights getting robbed. Oh, geez. Yeah, I don't know, man. We were over there doing a job, and like three different homeless dudes walked up to me and were like, "Can I help work with you guys?" And I'm like, "Dude, there's like workman's comp. We need like your social security and driver's license. Like, I can't just have you working with us. You know what I mean?" But yeah, they just wanted $5. Everyone sees the glitz of Hollywood. The next block in any direction, it is trash. I know, man. New Scream Sheet plotline train heist. Actually, Red Code 96, there is already one. There's the Red Chrome Cargo. Red Chrome Legion is a legion of a bunch of like neo Nazis, and I guess they had some kind of package on a train, and like the adventure is you heist the train or something like that. It was made by Cody Pondsmith, Mike Pondsmith's son. It's available to download from Martel Sorian's website. It's a free DLC. It came out a while ago. I haven't talked to Cody in a while, man. I need to see what he's doing. Maybe have him on the podcast. I miss him. Um, oh, and as far as like the glitz and glam of Hollywood, that's all a farce, dude. That's all a farce. The Hollywood days are gone. It's now like a completely it's a shithole, dude. Hollywood, LA, that entire area is a shithole. If you're ever gonna come to LA and you're like, oh, I want to see the Hollywood sign, I want to go to Hollywood Boulevard and go to the Wax Museum, and it's all garbage there. It's disgusting. There's a lot to be desired. There's much more beautiful areas other than Hollywood that I would say to go to. Like the Valley. The Valley's a nice place too. A train heist, you say? Yeah, exactly. Artel Soren's website, you'll see it's called Red Chrome Cargo. That's the game. That's the thing. I think they have battle maps and everything set up for it too. It's been that way since I was a kid. Yeah, it's just gotten much worse over time. I think especially after the pandemic, everything has just kind of gone to shit in that area. It's not a fun place to be. It's not a place to raise children. It's not a place to have fun. There's so many other things you can do to have fun than going to Hollywood and LA. My players all love Red Chrome Cargo. Yeah, it's a good adventure. Cody writes good stuff, man. He's the author of the Witcher series too. From Martel Sorian. He's the one that took charge of all that. He did a really good job, in my opinion. I just used that one. It was fantastic. I just mirrored the train cars to make 3 train cars. Ooh, that's great. Mr. Skull, baby. That's a good idea. What's up, Punk Generator? Make sure you guys all follow him. He has Cyberpunk content too, if you're looking for other Cyberpunk YouTubers. I honestly would love to meet the RT peeps. They seem like awesome humans. They are, man. They are. If you ever feel like they're a little bit cold and distant, I know I felt like that in the beginning. I mistaked their guardedness to be like cold and distant, but really what they're just trying to I think I'm not I don't want to put words into their mouth, and they're probably like, I don't even know where this is coming from, John, from their experience. But I think that they just wanted to make sure that there was a professional distance from them and content creators, that they didn't let anybody in too quickly and too deep into their inner workings if they weren't completely trusted. I feel like I am on their good list. I mean, I think it's safe to say that they like me. Uh yeah, it's Jay on Twitter. He's very nice. He's very nice. Meth Mutt is me. Yeah, Jay is really awesome. James is really awesome. And everybody that I've ever talked to that's worked personally with Artel Sorian, like in a business aspect, have all only said positive things. I haven't heard anybody talk shit. Not a single person, which is fucking rare, dude. Not even like one little thing. And I'm talking about people that like no longer work with Artel Sorian and are like hoping that they can work with them again. They all only have positive things to say. And what is that, ladies and gentlemen? We have it in Cyberpunk. What's it called? Reputation. That's right. Reputation is very important in the real world, just as it is in Cyberpunk. And Artel Sorian peeps have a very, very good reputation of being loving, good-hearted people that are just about the hobby. That's it. And they just want everyone to have fun. But once again, they have a business to run, and there's a bunch of like boring business bullshit. I like that alliteration. Boring business bullshit. Bear in mind they have boring business bullshit. Big boring business. Anyway, they have boring business bullshit going on, and they have to keep that in mind. They have lawyers. They have stuff like that. So anytime they make a decision, it's not just like, yeah, let's just do it. They have to like fucking go through hoops and stuff like that. And I would say, even as me, as a trusted content creator, I think that's what they would call me. They still they still maintain like a distance with me, and it's a professional distance. Like, they don't tell me all of their secrets. When me and James have personal conversations, he tells me a few things here and there. He lets me know like little stuff. But I even told him, I was like, dude, I don't want to know. Like, I like surprises. Unless you need my help, I'll help you with opinions and stuff like that. But I'm not out here looking for leaks or anything like that. So, who would win in a face down, John or James Hutt? I don't know. Is it winning if I kiss him in the face? Because that's what I would do. If we ever face down, I would just plant a little kiss on his beautiful little cheek there. That's what I would do. I would say, James, come here. I love you. And if that means I win, I don't know. You guys tell me. Tell me if that's how you win a face down. Even in Cyberpunk. If your character kisses the other guy on the cheek or on the nose. Oh, on the nose is good. Give him a -2 to his roll. So yeah, that's the move. That's the move to do. Plan a kiss on the nose next time you guys do a face down in Cyberpunk. See what happens. Just see it. See what happens. Might change someone's mind. All right, guys. I think we've talked enough. If there's any more last minute questions you guys are dying to ask me, let me know. I'm here. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to come up with them. Otherwise, I want to thank you all so much. Please remember, for the love of God, if you have a TikTok account, go on to TikTok and follow me on TikTok at JonJonTheWise. The only reason I'm asking you is because as soon as I get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can start doing live streams or live things. I don't know what they call it. I'm not as cool as I seem to be. But yeah, I just want to be able to do that. Also, I'm 20 subscribers away from 4,000. Can you fucking believe it, dude? I'm so grateful for all of you guys, man. Seriously. I'm super grateful for all the love and support that I've been getting. Oh yeah, happy Chinese New Year to our Chinese overlords. I almost missed this because I was Cyberpunk on a train. What's up, Bohemian? Sorry, we're about to sign off too. I made one so I could follow you. You're the man, Bronx. You're the man. I appreciate it. Or woman. Actually, I never figured out non-binary. I don't know what you are. You're an amazing chumba is what you are to me. So, I mean, you're the man in the general sense. Like, you the man. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, make sure you guys follow me there. Tabletop Cyberpunk. I'm going to be having Booed, not anything. Bude. Ooh, I like that. Bude. Oh, Buddy. Or is that Buddy? Bronx is good choom. One of the best chooms in the world, if you ask me. The best choom I've ever met. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast, Tabletop Cyberpunk. Oh, dude. Dude, you're my dude. Just call everyone dude. Yeah, dude is definitely non-binary. It is gender neutral. Yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day. Happy gaming. Don't be an asshole. Put on deodorant. When you come to game day, bring something. Don't come empty-handed, and bringing your dice doesn't count as bringing something. Make sure you bring something, some kind of food, some kind of drink, some kind of entertainment, and make sure that you have fun. That's it. Dude is everything from Southern California. Exactly. Exactly. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Binary, I'm going to text you my phone number so we can sext. All right. Love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.